Hello, this is Chef Petrina, and in today's video, I'm going to be making a sardine omelette. Something that's unusual, possibly not many or any have tried this omelette with these sort of ingredients. However, as you know, if you've been following me on my cooking channel, then you know that the ingredients and the recipes are unique to myself, and to ensure that the dish is as nutritious as it can be. So what else is in the sardine omelette? Sardines, of course. Sardines in olive oil. You can use fresh sardines if you want to. However, in this recipe, I'm going to be using the canned sardines in olive oil for convenience. And obviously, omelette's going to be made from free-range eggs. I'm going to be adding also 1 purple onion, 1 shallot, a couple of cloves of garlic, and a chestnut mushroom. I've got a huge chestnut mushroom. And what else do I add? You can add chili as well, and also a bit of tomatoes and sea salt. And that is basically it. I'm going to be serving it with some salad as well to balance out the meal. And I look forward to receiving your comments as to how you find this recipe and how you've enjoyed it if you are going to be trying it in the near future. Let's go. Let me just show you the key ingredients before I chop them up. So I've got here 1 medium-sized tomato, 1 purple onion, 1 shallot, couple of cloves of garlic, and this is the huge chestnut mushroom. Look at that. And this is 1 can of sardines in olive oil. That is about 90 grams worth of sardines, which I'm going to be mashing up shortly. Here we go. So these are the ingredients that I've just shown you that have been chopped up. I've also added a few spring onions, just the green bits. That's the purple onion chopped up. This is the shallot. That's the chestnut mushroom. Can you see how much I've managed to get just from that 1 large chestnut mushroom? And obviously 1 tomato as well. That's a lot, and the garlic's over here. I'm going to be seasoning it with sea salt. And also, of course, we've got probably, I'm going to be using like 6 eggs so that it serves at least 2 people. I've got here some olive oil that's heated up in the pan. And I love to add some coriander seeds just to have more flavor to it, and cumin seeds as well. So just about a teaspoon, or actually less, probably like 1/4 of a teaspoon of each. Okay, and I'm going to be adding first of all the purple onions and the shallots, so that these cook slightly before I add the sardines and eggs and even the garlic, because the garlic cooks quite quickly and we don't really want it to burn. There you go. I'm not someone who's a keen fan of raw garlic or raw onions and shallots, which is why I'm cooking these first before adding the egg. I also like to add a bit of paprika, just a sprinkle, about 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm also going to be adding one of my other favorites, which is turmeric powder. Again, just a sprinkle. So while The garlic, or rather the onions and the shallots, are being cooked slightly. Let's go and mash up the sardines that are from a can, and you can see there's quite a lot of olive oil as well in it. So mash that up. This is a nice dish that you can try, especially for those who say, oh, I don't like sardines, I can't stand the smell of it, I don't like the look of it. Over the years, when we've introduced our customers to sardines, these are some of the comments that we get, which is understandable. When you're not used to eating a particular food, then sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to get used to it. So that's the mashed sardines. Give this a little stir. It's really cooking nicely. I'm going to be adding the chopped spring onions and the garlic, and probably the mushrooms as well. Might as well just go in all of it. Let that cook slightly. Again, mushrooms can be eaten raw. However, I'm not really a fan of mushrooms that are too raw, which is why I'm cooking them slightly as well. Okay, now with the eggs, I've got 6 eggs, 6 free-range eggs. Again, just gonna beat them up. You can use a fork or a chopstick or a whisk. So just whisk them out really nice. Okay. There you go. Egg that's whisked up already. Mushrooms and the spring onions and the garlic. It's being cooked quite nicely as well. I'm now going to be adding the tomato, just 1 chopped tomato. You can eat tomatoes raw, however, most of the time if it's a medium-sized tomato that is not a cherry tomato, then it's really best if you cook it slightly, because it just tastes better and also helps to release more of the nutrients as well. So at this point, we're going to be adding some sea salt. Managed to get this sea salt. It's a black sea salt from our trip in Spain. I'm sure you can order it online as well. So that's the little seasoning of it. I normally try not to add. That's what it looks like before it's coarse sea salt. I've also got the pink ones, Himalayan ones as well, and also the sort of grayish ones. So these are the 3 types of sea salt that is commonly used in my cooking. We don't use the white processed sea salt because that is just not good for you. I don't add too much salt in initial cooking because everyone has different tastes and salt levels. So it's best to have less and then to add more salt later rather than to have the dish that's too salty. I'm just adding in now the mashed sardines. There you go. It's all added in. So mash them in. Now, you can also add a bit of chili. I love it when the dish is fairly spicy. So we made earlier You don't have to pre-prepare this, but we made this earlier, which is our own version of chili oil. Can you see? That's chili and seasoned with olive oil. We're just going to add a little bit, like half a teaspoon, because I know this chili is quite potent. You might you might cry if you have too much of it. So mix that all in, and last but not least goes in the omelette, mashed omelette. So go get all the remnants of the sardine in, and then you pour in the beaten egg and let that cook for a few minutes until it's solid. And this is where you will have the omelette. Just gonna have a close-up. That's what the omelette looks like. And I'm going to be coming back in a few minutes when the omelette has set. So this is the final omelette, sardines and vegetable omelette. Now, whilst waiting, I also found some carrots in my fridge. This is just one carrot that I have chopped up. This is the size of the carrot. It's not too huge, it's like a medium-sized carrot. So I've chopped one of them up. And I've also got a bag of watercress. This is just half a bag. And what I like to do is, because the watercress tends to be quite huge like that, what I do is I use a scissors like this and just, can you see it's quite huge? So I just chop it up or cut them into bite-sized pieces, so it makes it more manageable and edible. And you will see how just half a packet of watercress, about 40 grams or so, it will fill up this plate, and that will add to your greens. Now, if you want to know the health benefits of all the ingredients that I've used today, then do check out the description of the video, because I'm going to add that all there. Watercress especially, it's great, easily eaten raw, and it will be organic as well, because watercress doesn't need to be sprayed. So just chop them up or cut them up finely like that, add it to your salad. That's the little one. So it's all there. And I'm going to be dishing out the omelette to put on top of this. And it will also make the dish a little bit more colorful and balanced as well. So watercress, carrot with sardine, omelette, and more vegetables. There you go. That's a generous serving for one, and you can see in the pan there's still under the half. What I've done here is I have some fresh thyme as well, which I've garnished, and the dish is gonna taste lovely. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so for more healthy, nutritious recipes that you can prepare in the comfort of your own home in minutes. One final bit, the taste test. I've got the plate of food here. I'm gonna grab a little bit of the omelette. That's the sort of spoonful that you like. You've got the omelette, you've got the carrots, and you've got the watercress. And I'm trying to pick up, I did manage to pick up a little bit, if you can see, of the rose, the thyme as well. So all that. An explosion of flavors. So basically, I've picked up a bit of the thyme that's been used as garnish, the omelette, a little bit of carrot, and a little bit of watercress. This is a sort of mouthful that you can manage. It's really small mouthful, you can see. Little fork size. Remember to chew your food properly before swallowing. This is the tip I personally use for myself when I am eating foods that I may not be accustomed to or I may not like. So if you have a fussy eater, or if you're a fussy eater, maybe you don't like carrots, maybe you don't like the watercress or anything else, then try it in bite-sized pieces, mix it with a mouthful of food that you do enjoy, and you'll see the difference. You'll be able to taste all the different flavors from the carrots, the watercress, slight bitterness, the cumin seeds and coriander seeds that are put in as well, turmeric, paprika powder, the omelette eggs, of course, and the sardines, you hardly even taste it because it's all masked in those sort of different ingredients. And this is how you can introduce healthier foods that you may not personally like into your meals so that you remain healthier for longer. Do give me a thumbs up, like on this video, and share it with your friends as well, and try it out. I look forward to hearing from you, the comments. Thank you for watching.